Hari Om. Bowing down at the feet of Sri Ramakrishna, Mother Sharda Devi, and Swami Vivekananda, my namaskar to respected Chandikanandaji Maharaj, my heartfelt namaskar to all the devotees who have assembled here. Today, we have all gathered to celebrate the 188th birthday of Sri Ramakrishna. There is a story, an imaginative story, but it teaches a great lesson. There was a gathering of all the religion, maybe a parliament of religions or something. People were going in a ship in the sea. In that ship, there were people, religion, from all the religion. The religious leaders had assembled on the ship. Christians, Muslims, Hindus, Zoroastrians, Jeeves, everybody. From Hinduism, there was one devotee who also was a devotee of Sri Ramakrishna. The ship was sailing and suddenly storm arose, lot of gusty winds, and the ship started tossing up and down. So the storm increased and the condition was ship was about to wreck. It would have drowned. So all the religious leaders started praying to their gods. So the Christian father prayed to Jesus Christ and the Lord came and protected him. The Muslim prayed to Allah. Allah protected him, took him away from the ship. So Zoroaster came and took away the Parsi, and Buddha, the Buddhist, and everything. The Yahudi or the Jeeves were protected by Moses. So every religious person was protected and the ship was empty. Now it was the turn of the Hindu, who was also a devotee of Ramakrishna, to pray. He started praying from the beginning. What is that? The beginning of Dashavatara, he started praying all gods. So Matsya Avatara, the fish avatar of the Lord. Then it was the Varaha Avatara. Then Narasimha Avatara, Parusharama Avatara, Ramachandra, Krishna, Buddha, everything he started praying. None of them came. Nobody would come and protect him. The ship already broke down He was in the water. Now suddenly he remembered, let me call Ramakrishna also. Then he called Ramakrishna. So yet Ramakrishna was not coming, was about to drown. Only his nose was above the water, was about to go down. Then suddenly he saw Ramakrishna was running on the water, coming very quickly. And they lifted him up. He noticed that Ramakrishna had only the cloth surrounding his waist, no upper cloth even. So he came running and saved him and took him to his loka. Now this devotee was very much perturbed and started asking Ramakrishna, what is this, Lord? All the other gods and the religious leaders came and protected their particular people of that religion. But in Hinduism, I started calling all the deities and none protected, and you also came only when I was about to drown. So I'm very upset with all the gods and goddesses of Hinduism. Then Ramakrishna told, what shall I do, my child? See, first you called Matsya, the fish avatara. It is one God who are taking different form. It is one Lord. So it is me who is taking, who has taken all that avatara. So I went and started wearing the fish dress and the crown and I was about to run. By that time you gave up Matsya. Then you started calling Varaha the pig avatara. So wild boar avatara. Then I gave up, removed all the dress and I was about to wear the pig avatara and the bhumi, everything and the ayudha, armaments, everything. I was to rush. You gave up Varaha avatara. Then you called the other deity Narasimha. I put the lion's form and everything and was about to come. You gave up Narasimha avatara. Then you called Rama, Parashurama. I was about to wear the bow and arrow and come. You left that and called Krishna. By the time I took the chakra and I was about to wear my dhoti, you forgot Krishna and called Buddha. By the time I put all the Rudrakshamala and other things of Buddha, you left that. And finally you called Ramakrishna. Then I saw, if I wear my cloth properly now and come, you will drown and die. So the moment you called me, I came rushing, even not putting upon my upper cloth, I came rushing and lifted you. What is my fault? So that's a story, imaginative story, whatever that be. So here, our Hinduism, it is only one God who is taking different forms, that's all. So though you may be having so many gods and goddesses, now catch hold of one aspect of the Lord and go deeper. Not that we should not respect other gods and goddesses. God is Sarvadeva Devi Swarupa, but you have to dig the well at one place. So not that the devotees of Ramakrishna will not revere other gods and goddesses. No, we revere very much all the gods and goddesses, just like our Ishtadevata, even more than the Ishtadevata. That is what Sri Ramakrishna has shown us. So Ramakrishna, now in this avatara, we have noticed that Vivekananda, in the fag end of life of Sri Ramakrishna, just before giving up this avatara, this body, physical body, Vivekananda had doubts. He was a rational person. He was scientifically oriented. So even in the last moment, he started thinking, now at the point of death, with so much of pain, if Ramakrishna tells that he is the avatara of Rama and Krishna, then I will believe. Immediately Ramakrishna could understand its thought. Oh, Naren, you have doubt even now. Okay, I will proclaim it to you. Who was Rama and who was Krishna now has appeared in this body as Ramakrishna. Not only that, Ramakrishna gave him the vision too, that he was the same Lord who is coming down as Rama and Krishna and all the avatars. So there is no many gods. It is only one God who is coming down from ages together. So whichever aspect of God you like, you take that. That is an ideal. That is only a principle and move forward in that. That is very, very important. Now, Ramakrishna was born and his father was Kshudirama Chattopadhyaya and Mother Chandramani Devi. Many people tell that, oh, we want a son like Ramachandra Prabhu. But we are got a son who is not like that. Why is it, Swamiji? So one of the saints told that person, for you to have a son like Ramachandra, shouldn't you be Dasharatha first? You have to learn to become Dasharatha, and Kausalya, the mother should be like Kausalya. Then the avatara will be born in your house. So who was Kshudirama Chattopadhyaya? Who was Mother Chandramani Devi? What were their qualities? Were they ordinary people? Let us hear about that from Ramakrishna himself. About his parents, Sri Ramakrishna once said, my mother was the personification of rectitude and gentleness. She did not know much about the ways of the world. She was so innocent. She was innocent of the art of concealment. She would say what was in her mind. People loved her for her open-heartedness. And about his father, Ramakrishna used to tell, my father, he was an orthodox Brahmin. He never accepted gifts from all and sundry. He spent much of his time in worship and meditation and in repeating God's name and chanting the glories of God. Whenever in his daily prayers he invoked the goddess Gayatri, his chest flushed and tears rolled down his cheeks. He spent his leisure hours making garlands to gods and goddesses for the family deity Raghuvira Ramachandra. We also know another wonderful quality of father of Sri Ramakrishna, Khudirama Chattopadhyaya. He would never give up truth for anything. We all know that he lived in Deregram before coming to Kamarpukur. The landlord there wanted this Kshudiram Chattopadhyaya to be a false witness to his court case. But Kshudiram refused. He knew this landlord was very bad. He can punish him. Yes, like he thought. He filed a false lawsuit against him and he made him to leave that village. All the property was lost and he had to go away from that village. He was ready to give up his property. He was ready to accept all the difficulties. But Kshudiram Chattopadhyaya was not ready to give up truthfulness. That was the quality of the father of Sri Ramakrishna. That's why he migrated from Deregram, which is about 10 kilometers from Kamarpukur, and he came to Kamarpukur and settled down there. So this wonderful quality of the father and mother maybe forced the Lord to be born in that family. Let us see what happened in the life of our Kshudirama Chattopadhyaya. You know, Gaya, which is in Bihar, very near to Bengal. I had recently been to that place, Gaya. Kshudiram had gone to Gaya to give Tarpana, to do the ceremony for his forefathers. Whoever does that ceremonies, the last rites and other things, Tarpana, in Gaya, their forefathers or whoever, that person will get liberation from the state where he is. So now Kshudiram stayed about a month in Gaya, performing various ceremonies according to the scriptures. He went to the shrine of Lord Vishnu, who is called as Gadadhara, the wielder of the mace, and offered oblation to his departed forefathers. The joy which he felt on that day can better be imagined than described, for he had discharged one of his obligations as a son according to the scriptures. He felt that the spirit of his ancestors were blessing him. Full of humility and gratitude, he thanked God again and again for giving him the opportunity of fulfilling his obligation. That night, he had a strange vision. He felt himself transported again to the temple of Gadadhara, Vishnu, where in the solemn silence of the sacred precincts, he found his forefathers. They were feasting with gladdened hearts on the oblations. Suddenly, a divine effulgence filled the room, and the spirits of the departed fell reverentially on their knees before a luminous person seated on a throne. The effulgent God beckoned Kshudiram. Now Kshudiram came forward and with a heart full of devotion prostrated himself in front of this effulgent person. So that was none other than Gadadhara Vishnu. Addressing Kshudiram in a tone of great sweetness, Lord Vishnu told him, I am well pleased at your sincere devotion. I am born again to chastise the wicked and protect the sincere devotees. So now the time has come. I shall be born in your cottage and accept you as my father. Kshudiram was struck dumb with awe. When he regained the power of speech, he said, No, no, my lord, I'm not fit for this favor. Thou hast already shown me more than I desire. I'm too poor. How can I serve you? I can't serve you with this poverty. I will be doing injustice. I can't serve you properly. The Lord consoled Kshudiram and reassured him, do not be worried, Kshudiram. I will accept whatever service you give to me. So we should not. The Lord doesn't care for the external paraphernalia. He only cares for our devotion, devotional service. That's what Krishna has promised in Bhagavad Gita. Phalam, patram, pushpam, toyam, yome bhaktya prayachati. I don't bother whether you give water, flower, fruits, or any other big things as offerings. But important is your devotion. The devotion behind the offering is very important. Now you can see the Lord is telling, don't worry, Kshudiram, I will accept whatever service you give. So now the vision broke, the dream broke when the Lord consoled him like this. Kshudiram awoke, his heart thrilled with joy. He understood that a divine being would be blessed to him in his family, in his house. Now, let us see. Now, the mother, Chandramani Devi, also had some similar vision. Here, if the father had the vision of Gadadhara Vishnu, what happened to Mother Chandra Devi? Chandramani Devi, now she is passing through the street in front of that house in Kamarpukur. If you go to Kamarpukur, you can see there is a temple of Jugi Shiva that is called Yogeshwara Shiva, that is shortly called by those people as Jugi Shiva. On another occasion, when I was speaking with Dhani Kamarani in front of the temple of the Jugis, I suddenly saw a divine effulgence came from the holy image, that is Shivalinga, of the great God Shiva, Devadideva Mahadeva, filled the temple and rushed towards me in waves. Taken by surprise, I was on the point of telling Dhani Kamarani about it, when all of a sudden the light engulfed me and swiftly entered into my body. Stunned by wonder and fear, I fell down unconscious. When I woke up, Chandramani Devi is telling, I'm feeling that I am pregnant. So here you can see Gadadhara Vishnu is telling, I'm coming as your son. And here Lord Shiva is coming to the womb of Chandramani Devi. So both Shiva and Vishnu, they are not separate, they are one and the same. Even Before birth, Sri Ramakrishna is showing that all these different gods and goddesses are not separate, they are the same. Then what happened? Autumn was succeeded by the season of the dew, and winter, spring, the king of the season, Vasanta, the Raja, had arrived. There was a pleasant softness in the air, and all the creation was pulsating with new life. The lovely month of Phalguna, neither hot nor cold, was only 6 days old. That is in Kamarpukur, not in South Africa, the northern hemisphere. So you should not think, Array, now the weather is something different here. No, here it is spoken about Kamarpukur, India and northern hemisphere. Chandramani Devi's time of delivery was near at hand, and the heart was filled with celestial joy as she prepared the daily food for Ramachandra, the family deity Raghuvira. But in her body, there was a feeling of great lassitude. Then suddenly the thought came that something might happen at this moment, and that if she would deliver just then, there would be nobody in the house to prepare the offerings to Ramachandra. What was she to do then? Alarmed, she told her thoughts to her husband. Now Kshudirama put her mind at rest. Fear not, Chandra. Surely he who is now in your womb will not by his birth become a hindrance to the worship and service of Ramachandra Deva. Don't be anxious. Certainly you will be able to manage the service of the God today. I have already arranged for the service from tomorrow, and Dhani has been asked to be with you tonight. At this, Chandramani Devi felt a new strength in her body and cheerfully went on with her household duties. See, that is the day of delivery, and she's serving and doing all the activity. It happened exactly as Kshudirama had said. The midday and evening offerings to Raghuvira, Ramachandra, and the other services to him were finished without a single hitch. Kshudirama and Ramkumar went to bed after taking their night meal, and Dhani came and lay in the same room with Chandramani Devi. Besides the shrine room of Raghuvira, there were 2 bedrooms with a thatched roof. That was a jhopadi, a cot, what do you call this, kutira, thatched roof, mud built wall, old type of the house, and a kitchen. In another small room, there was a husking machine on one side and a fireplace for boiling paddy on the other. For the want of better place, this room, which also had a thatched roof, was kept ready for Chandramani's confinement. No midwife, no doctor, no gynecologist, no child specialist, no specialization, no ICU, just a thatched roof and Dhani Kamarani to help. Nothing. It was some 10 minutes before the dawn that Chandramani Devi felt the first pangs of labor. Dhani helped her to the lying in room, and there almost immediately she gave birth to a male child. After doing the needful for Chandramani Devi, Dhani turned her attention to the baby, because now the slime, the placenta, and other thing, the baby is covered, it has to be cleansed. Now the mother is sleeping there. Dhani Kamarani helping her, want to see where this baby has gone. She was taking care of the mother. She sees the baby is not there. No electricity, it was just an oil lamp. Where is the baby? Where has it gone? Dhani turned her attention to the baby only to find that it had disappeared from the place where she had kept. In alarm, she took the lamp to look for the child and found that it had rolled down the ground, covered with blood and slime, into the hollow fireplace, and was lying there with its little body adorned with ashes. Recently, we celebrated Shivaratri. Already in his birth itself, Ramakrishna is showing, I am Lord Shiva, putting the ashes on his body as soon as he is born. So he's covered with that ashes all everywhere, and he's smiling, not at all crying. He's just sleeping there in that oven. Then he tenderly picked up the child, washed it, and looking at it in the light, wondered at its beauty and its size. It looked like a 6-month-old infant. Chandramani's friends, Prasanna and other women of the Laha family were sent for as soon as they arrived. Then he told them what had happened at the sacred, solemn hour before sunrise. The sound of the conch filled the humble cottage, the scene of Kshudiram's austerity, and proclaimed to the world the advent of the great soul, ascertaining the signs of zodiac under which the child was born. Kshudiram, well versed in astrology, found that the boy had come into the world at an especially auspicious moment. Just few days back, one of our devotees asked me, Swamiji, some say that Ramakrishna was born on Wednesday, and some tell that Ramakrishna was born on Thursday. What is correct? Now we'll get the answer here. It was according to the Hindu calendar, which reckons the day from sunrise to sunrise. It was Wednesday, according to the Hindu calendar, the 6th day of the Phalguna month in BE 1242 or 757 of the Shaka year, or according to the Gregorian calendar, that is the English calendar, Thursday, February 18, AD 1836. So according to the Hindu calendar, it was Wednesday, and according to the Gregorian calendar, it was Thursday. So now I think our doubts about the day on which he was born, this great soul is born, is cleared. The child was born just 12 minutes before sunrise, the auspicious second lunar day of the bright fortnight, that is Shukla Paksha, and the 25th of the lunar constellation Purva Bhadra, had combined to bring about the happy astrological conjunction called the Siddhi Yoga. The sun, the moon, the Mercury had come together in the sign of the zodiac under which the boy was born. Now, what was the prediction? According to the astrological calculation, well-known astrologers also said that at the time of the birth came under a very auspicious sign of zodiac, Lagna or Rashi, which indicated beyond all doubts that the person concerned would be virtuous and respected and would always perform good deeds. Surrounded by many disciples, he would live in a temple, would found a new institution for teaching religion, generation of generation, and would be universally revered as a great soul born as a part of Narayana. On hearing this, Kshudiram's mind was full of wonder, and his grateful heart felt that his divine dream at Gaya had actually come true. So now we had this wonderful occasion on this special day, how Ramakrishna was born. And what was that great astrological or zodiac position at that time? So now we shall see, as we told, Krishna is told in the Bhagavad Gita that the Lord has promised, I'll come again and again to this world, I'll take avatara. What for? Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya dushkritam, to destroy the bad people, to protect the virtuous. But now a little change can be seen in the avatar of Sri Ramakrishna. What is that? See, in those days, the demons and the bad people were separate. The good people were separate. So it was easy for the Lord to come and kill the demons or the bad guys and finish his avatar. But now, the good and the bad are mixed up in all of us. If the Lord starts killing, then many of us have to go. all will be destroyed. So now the Lord has changed a bit. What is that? It is not the protection of the virtuous and the good, protecting the good is still there. But what about the destruction of the bad? He has changed it a little. That's why, do you see any arms? Bow and arrow or chakra or trishula or gadha, mace or anything? Nothing. No armaments at all. It's come so simple. Why? It is not punishment of the wicked, destruction of the wicked, but it is parivartanaya, transformation of the wicked. That is the speciality of this avatara. So transformation, it is not destruction. So we will have some bad qualities in all of us. So the Lord has come in this avatara. He will not destroy us, but he will transform our bad quality into good quality and make our life divine. Let us take shelter at the feet of this wonderful avatara. As I told you again and again, it is the same Lord who will come. That's why we pray to Ramakrishna as Sarva Deva Devi Swarupa. He is Krishna, he is Rama. Now, there is one saying. What is the meaning of Rama? Ramante yoginaha asmin iti Ramaha. He who bestows delight upon the yogis is Rama. And what about Krishna? Karshati bhaktanam dukkam papam manovetti Krishna. He who absorbs and destroys the sin and suffering of the devotees, or he who attracts the devotees' mind and dissolves them in his devotion is Krishna. Now, in this avatara, you can find both Rama and Krishna. Rama and Krishna were born in their respective ages to remove the sufferings of the humanity. At present, they have been manifested jointly in the form of Rama, Krishna. Let us take the benefit of that and make maximum use. What was the blessings of Sri Ramakrishna? Let everybody's consciousness be awakened. Tomader Chaitanya Hok. Let everybody's spirituality be awakened. So let us make use of this opportunity to awaken our spiritual life, make it a divine life, and go forward in our path of evolution. Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi Harihi Om Tat Sat. Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.